Well, I'm the Director of Development and Communications at Infant Crisis Services, and we are a 31-year-old nonprofit agency in Oklahoma City. Our mission is to provide food, formula, diapers, clothing, and all those other basic necessities to babies and toddlers who are in crisis. And that crisis can come in many shapes and forms. It could be a single mom who is struggling to make ends meet. It could be grandparents who are raising their grandchildren and they weren't prepared for that. It could be a family and with just one breadwinner, maybe the dad who lost his job. And we're seeing a lot of that now thanks to the economy. It could be a mom who has escaped an abusive situation and she's having to live in a shelter. It might just be a family who has never needed any kind of social service, but has had a child who has ended up with lots of medical bills. And just that extra hit that they've taken on their budget has sent them over the edge, and they need help. And that's why we're here, is to provide that help.
I am a newly single mom. I was married for almost 8 years, and my husband, 3 months after my son was born, started having an affair and left me for another woman, which left us homeless. I wasn't working, and so it left us without anything. He lost his job after he left too, and so still wasn't able to give us anything in way of child support. So I have a friend, a best friend who works for DHS, and we were staying with her, and she told me about Infant Crisis Center, and I got a referral. And that's how I ended up here. It's not something that you plan on, you know. It's not that you're not working because you don't want to. Circumstances, you know, have kind of been, you know, what they are. I've needed this place, and I don't have very many people to turn to, you know. So if it weren't for places like this, my son would suffer. You know, you can get by yourself. I can get by myself, you know, but you don't want your baby to suffer, you know. So places like this are necessary. You know, people don't realize there's not everybody out there that's just trying to, you know, get a handout. Some people really are trying to make the best of their lives, and then the time that you need places like this for them to come in handy, you know, for them to be there. I mean, you don't know what it means to a mom to have somewhere you can go to help, you know.
We know that with the cuts at WIC, at DHS, at the Health Care Authority, anytime those kind of social services are cut for a family, it's going to trickle down, because that is money that they weren't having to put toward those services that they're going to have to put toward those services, just shrinking a family's overall budget. And if a budget is already tight, then it's going to be harder for them to buy diapers and food and formula and wipes and all those things that they really need. And so we are, as I mentioned earlier, we are expecting a real upturn in the number of clients we're going to see. We're very worried about it. And we're hoping that our fundraising can keep up with it so that we can continue to serve everybody that needs help. We don't receive any state funding. We are totally privately funded. All of our support comes from individuals, foundations, corporations, and other groups. No tax dollars. So we're just going to have to work a lot harder at it.